Today, we're counting down the top 5 scariest urban legends from Mexico. But before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future uploads. Let's begin. Did you ever get that creepy, crawly feeling that someone or something is lurking behind you when you're up late, way past your bedtime? In Mexico, that's when they whisper, El Coco's watching. This guy's bad news for the rule breakers. Think of the sneakiest shadow that could be anything. Your buddy, your dog, or yeah, even your sweet old grandma. Here's how the story of El Coco began. It started with this man in Portugal, sick with tuberculosis. Desperate for a cure, he turned to this healer who gave him some pretty twisted advice. Drink the blood of children. So he actually went out to find misbehaving children, killed them, and drank their blood. But of course, the cure didn't work, and when the guy passed away, he didn't rest in peace. Nope, he came back as this ghostly figure with a pumpkin head, like something straight out of a freaky movie. As the story makes its way to South America, El Coco gets even more nightmare fuel. He becomes this shape-shifting horror, the kind of thing that can be hiding as the friendly dog next door, or could be mimicking your grandma's voice from the kitchen. And those red eyes, they say, if you catch them glowing in the dark, it's already too late. Number 4 on our haunting countdown isn't just a legend, it's a dreaded encounter. When the clock ticks over to 3 a.m., even Mexico's bravest hearts get scared. Welcome to the Devil's Hour, the time when La Mala Hora, more feared than the devil himself, stalks the crossroads of Mexico, searching for the lone traveler. This isn't your average ghost story. La Mala Hora is a nightmarish spirit that preys on your mind, driving those who look upon her into irreversible madness. It's said that even talking about her is too much for most, earning her the name an evil thing among the shaken locals who dare not speak more of her. Down in Chiapas, they whisper of a beautiful yet sinister lady in white. She floats, her feet never touching the ground, toes pointed backwards, an omen of death. She'll hypnotize you, leading you into danger so gracefully. But really, she wants you dead. When she wears her black dress, watch out. She becomes far more vicious. She would claw at those who cross her path to death. There is no hope for escape. Let me tell you about the time La Mala Hora earned her stripes on the internet. A woman, racing to aid a friend, encounters a figure on the road. The woman in the road, none other than La Mala Hora, attacks the car with a frenzy, scratching at the windows. When the driver finally escapes to her friend's house, she's met with a terrifying revelation. La Mala Hora is said to appear when death is near. And sure enough, a phone call confirms the worst. The woman's husband has been murdered. Coming in hot at number 3, we've got a real-life horror scene straight out of Xochimilco, Mexico. There's this place called Isla de las Muñecas, or the Island of the Dolls, and let me tell you, it's not for the faint-hearted. This ain't no toy store. It's where thousands of creepy dolls hang from trees, all dirty, some with bloody spots, and a whole lot of them missing eyes. They're just there, staring. It began with Don Julian Santana Barrera, who made a grim discovery in the canals one morning. The body of a young girl. Locals say it haunted him, claiming he could hear the girl's spirit crying out for her lost doll. In an attempt to soothe her soul, he hung a doll near the spot where she was found. But it didn't end there. Don Julian's quest for peace turned into an obsession. The island transformed into a macabre doll haven over the years. It's over 4,000 as of the last count. As night falls, whispers among the visitors suggest that the dolls seem to come alive, their heads turning, eyes blinking, following your every move. Tourists have reported hearing unsettling melodies, as if the wind carries a lullaby, drawing them deeper into the island where the dolls reside. The tale grew more unnerving as people began to say the dolls house not just one, but many restless spirits of girls from around the globe. And in a twist that seems ripped from a dark fairy tale, after 50 years of hanging dolls, Don Julian was found drowned in the very same canal. Some say the dolls began to whisper even louder after that, as if they were telling the story of Julian and the lost souls themselves. Cruising into number 2, we've got a scandalous ghost story from Veracruz's posh past. This Countess de Malibran, was all about living the life of luxury and mystery. Her husband, the Count, he was always traveling somewhere. This Countess, she wanted a child so bad, but no luck. So she turned to some hocus pocus with a local witch, hoping for a miracle. As part of the plan, she was told to hold these lavish parties, and she'd invite the best-looking sailors from all over the world to come spend the night. But, get this, these sailors were never seen again. People started to whisper, but the Countess, she just kept her cool and her secrets even cooler. Guess what? The witchcraft worked, kinda. She got herself a son, but he was deformed, so she hid him away from prying eyes. Then, plot twist. The Count rocks up out of nowhere, catches her in the act with a sailor in bed. In a blind rage, he killed them both. And here's where it gets real dark. The Countess had a nasty habit of feeding her post-party guests to the gators down a well. Once the Count found out, he went full-on crazy and tossed her, the sailor, and their hidden kid into the gator pit. Now, Malibran, it's bad vibes central. The word is, it's cursed, with the Countess's screams and the snap of gator jaws echoing through the night. The once lively mansion is just a creepy, run-down haunt where dares go to die. In the still of night, where the ancient canals of Xochimilco whisper secrets, came a chilling sound that would turn the waters to a cold silence. The desperate cries of children. Mama, no, por favor, echoed before the darkness hushed them forever. It seemed peaceful after, but it was anything but. From that night on, a mournful sobbing carried on the winds. They say it's a mother, her soul shattered, forever searching for her children in the murky depths. This sorrow, this unending grief, it marked the beginning of Mexico's most haunting tale, La Llorona. This is how the story began. Maria was beautiful. Wealthy men lined up for her hand, but she wanted something more than just money. She wanted a true love that sparked her soul. Then she met Diego. He wasn't rich, but he was everything. They married, had kids, and carved out a slice of paradise. Their life was humble, but Maria saw greatness in Diego. She pushed him to sell his crafts, and their stand in the market flourished into a thriving business. But success is a tricky thing. It took Diego away, and when he returned, he brought back a heartache in the form of a woman named Isabella. Diego's love had turned cold, leaving Maria in a world of pain. She'd sit by the river, cradling her children, wondering how their story had twisted so darkly. The betrayal consumed her. Everything became a blur for Maria. She was stuck in her head. One night, it got too much. Maria's mind was racing, and she couldn't stop it. She looked at her sleeping kids. They deserve better, she thought. They shouldn't have to go through all this pain. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she woke them up. They walked out into the night, all the way to the river. She drowned them, and then herself. As the days passed, a curse unfolded. Every child born to Diego and Isabella was found dead, a silent testament to Maria's vengeful spirit. And then, the whispers started, of a weeping woman in white, a ghostly figure roaming the banks. Children vanished, only to be discovered by the water, their faces frozen in terror. Maria, now known as La Llorona, wanders in eternal sadness and rage. And so, she remains, the #1 tale that haunts Mexico. If you have enjoyed our video, be sure to subscribe, give us the thumbs up, and turn on the notification. Thanks for watching.